Hi everybody, Candace here with Green Roof Farms DIY. Today I'm going to talk about how to make these little aprons out of recycling or upcycling old denim overalls. So today I'm going to be demonstrating this on a little girl's one. This is going to be a little apron that's going to go to my nieces. And for the project I have an old pair of bibs, I have some ribbon, and I have some ruffles that I made that's going to go on the bottom of it. So the first step that we're going to do is figure out how long do we want this, where do we want it to sit when it's on the child. And I look at these overalls. I'm probably going to go ahead and cut it just right below where that back pocket is, since I'll be using those back pockets as well when I finish this. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a little trim, and then I'll show you the next step that we do with it. So you want to start with a pair of used overalls. And you want to just figure out what length that you want. If you want a really long one, then you're going to be cutting your seams up right here, and then you're going to be joining the front together, so that way it's one continuous piece all the way down. But I'm going to do this as kind of a little shorter apron with some ruffles that come down off of it. Alright, so once you get it cut, so I basically just cut off the legs off of it. And then I went ahead and cut off the back side that was right up here, since I'm going to actually put some ribbons on that to connect it around. So that's the part that would go around the neck, and I'm just going to use these existing overall straps. And then all I did is I made sure it was straight along the bottom, and then I made sure it was straight along the side. So this creates that natural, wrap around effect. Now I'm going to put some ribbon right on this. So I am going to fold in my seams, or fold in and top stitch, just like that, straight down, and I'm going to repeat that on the raw edge up here as well. So that way I have all finished edges on the front side, and then I'm going to go ahead and start to do the ruffle attachment on the bottom. Now if you want it a little bit longer than where the crotch was on this, that's what I did, is I simply went a little bit longer, and then I just stitched right here that seam back together, because I'm going to have ruffles through here, so I'm not going to see any of that when I'm all done. Alright, so now I went ahead and I put my straps on. And the way I did that is I just basically folded it under that raw seam, and then folded it back around, and then top stitched. And now I'm putting the ruffles on. So I just did my first run of ruffles on the very, very bottom, and then now I did the other one. And what I do, so you don't see that seam, is I flip it back down, and then I press it, and then I top stitch. So then that way you're not seeing that. So the way I do it is the raw edge of the ruffles right here, and then I flip it over, and then I have the raw edge right here, and then I just pull it back down and then top stitch, and then it looks really pretty that way, so you don't see those under seams as easy. Alright, so I went ahead and I attached the ruffles to the bottom, and then I gave it a top stitch, so now everything is nice and down. I have my straps on the end. And now it's time to work on how we're going to attach these two. So now I have a little bit of the ruffle strap left, or the ruffles left, so I'm going to make a strap out of this, which is going to connect the two of these pieces together. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Basically what I'm going to do is figure out my width of these two pieces right here, and then create a strap. And so I think pretty much I'm almost there. I think the full width needs to be this size, so I'm probably going to use 2 pieces of my ruffle to make that. Alright, so I'll show you what I'm doing. So I had these 2 little pieces of ruffle still left over, and when I measured